My co-wife had no clue. Right when she was handing the Mr. Anderson title to her first love, I'd already faked my death, taken our son, and vanished off the map. And then, out of nowhere, she brought me up at a family dinner. We'd been giving each other the silent treatment forever. Dude must have cooled off by now, right? Time for the family to patch things up. That's what her first love said, chiming in like he belonged there. Plus, your baby isn't even a month old. He needs you. How could he stay mad for real? Then Chloe asked, the holidays are almost here. Where is he? The butler glanced at the seat now taken by her first love, his face heavy with grief. Sir and the young master, he said, passed away 3 days ago. The second those words landed, everyone watched as the always composed Chloe Anderson, eyes bloodshot, bolted straight out of the room. Everyone in Chicago knew I was crazy devoted to Chloe. They knew I'd loved her for 8 years, chased her nonstop, and finally married her. What they didn't know was that when Chloe was 5, she gave me her mother's ring and promised she'd marry me when we grew up. At 15, she tattooed our initials over her heart, her voice steady and sure. Ethan, I want to love you every day, forever and ever. At 18, Chloe literally risked her life, running into a burning building to save me. A falling beam smashed into her head, and she needed emergency surgery. The doctors warned there could be amnesia. Before they wheeled her in, Chloe took off the silver locket she'd worn since she was a kid and put it around my neck. Ethan, not even death can keep us apart, let alone a little memory loss. Wait for me. I will remember you. Wear this locket and never take it off. That's how we'll find each other again. When Chloe woke up, she'd forgotten everything before the age of 16. She thought Liam Carter, who'd secretly crushed on her forever, was her boyfriend. For 8 long years, I tried everything to help her remember. Nothing worked. Her father forcing her to marry me just made Chloe hate me more. Once, after a car accident almost killed me, Chloe said, "Don't call me unless Ethan Grant is dead. That'll free up the Mr. Anderson title for Liam." That one sentence snuffed out the last bit of love I had left for her. From that moment on, all I wanted was to disappear from her life completely. "Mr. Grant, this is the disappearance service you ordered. The scheduled time of death is in 3 days, during your son's 1-month celebration. The method will be a staged car accident into the river. The deceased will be listed as you and your son. Please confirm." I gently patted the sleeping baby in my arms and signed without even blinking. After years of loving alone, today was the day I finally let go. As I walked out, the giant screen in the mall was replaying an interview with Chloe on loop. She was holding hands with Liam Carter, her eyes soft in a way she'd never once looked at me. "Liam's son is only 2, and he needs a mother's love right now," she told the reporter. "So we're not planning to have children of our own yet. I don't want to upset him." The crowd went nuts. Wow. The Ice Queen CEO ignores her own son, but spoils her first love's kid. That's wild devotion, someone said. Another scoffed, "I'm so jealous. He's the guy she fell for at 16. I've never seen someone as shameless as Ethan Grant." Someone else sneered, "She and Liam are perfect together. He knows Chloe only loves Liam, but he still clings to the Mr. Anderson title. What a creep." Their words stabbed straight through me, one after another, until I could barely breathe. Then my son started crying, snapping me back. I ignored the crowd and rushed into the mall, hunting for a nursing room. And of course, luck hated me. I ran straight into Chloe on the ground floor. She was in a toy store, helping Liam's son pick out a toy gun, smiling like this was her whole world. The second she saw me, that smile vanished. Besides stalking me all over the city and begging me to come home, "Can't you do something useful with your day?" she said coldly. "Come on, Chloe," Liam said, wrapping an arm around her like he owned her. "Ethan's with the baby. He's probably feeling fragile and just wants support. Go home with him today. Your son's 1-month celebration is coming up. It's messed up that you've never even held him. Ethan's child is just a tool to shut my father up. He's not worthy of being held by me," Chloe said, then pinched Liam's cheek sweetly. "Even though he's not mine, I'm way happier holding your son." People started whispering, "Oh my God, isn't that Chloe Anderson and her husband?" "That's her own baby though." What she said was brutal. After everything he did for her, Ethan took care of her day and night for 3 years when she was blind. Listening to her now, you'd think she wanted him dead. People switched sides like always. I was used to it. I stared at the disgust on Chloe's face, my eyes burning. She'd forgotten running into that fire for me. Forgotten donating bone marrow when I had leukemia. Forgotten her promise to love me every day, forever. The one still stuck in those memories wasn't Chloe. It was me. But in 3 days, I'd be gone for good. My son cried harder, panic crawling up my spine. I shoved Liam aside and rushed to the nursing room. From behind me, I heard a thud and a cry. I didn't look back. I fed my son. My phone kept ringing, Chloe. I turned it off. When my son finally calmed down, I stepped out. Chloe was sitting on a bench, holding Liam. He had a bandage on his forehead and was crying. Chloe, please don't blame Ethan, he sobbed. He was just worried about the baby. He didn't mean to hurt me or scar my face. He knows your acting career depends on your looks and still pushed you. Chloe said coldly. He's malicious. She glared at me. Ethan, get over here and apologize. No, it's fine, Liam said, eyes shining with victory. I took off the silver locket and held it out. I was out of line today. Take this as my apology. Chloe froze. Liam pretended to refuse. Ethan, I can't take this. It's your most precious thing. Please put it back. My face is fine. What are you playing at now? Chloe snapped. Last time I told you to give that locket to Liam, you said you'd rather die. What changed? I'm not playing games. I just don't want it anymore. I turned to leave. She blocked me. Don't think this reverse psychology crap will make me go home with you. Are you that desperate? In your dreams. I dropped the locket into her hand and walked away. In 3 days, I'd be gone forever. Why would I care about a keepsake? Why would I care if she ever came home? Chloe felt something was off about me, but she couldn't explain it. She polished the locket and handed it to Liam. This is my most precious good luck charm. I want you to have it. I think Ethan is really upset. You should go after him, Liam said softly. Whether he's upset or not has nothing to do with me, she replied. Let's go. The clock struck midnight. Chloe still wasn't home. Back then, I would have gone absolutely crazy, calling all her friends nonstop, hunting her down, damn near begging her to come home. After 2 major head surgeries, she wasn't even supposed to stay up late. But now, I was done. Fully done. My only focus was wiping everything out, not wasting another damn second on someone who didn't matter anymore. I had our housekeeper, Maria, help me pack up every gift I'd ever given Chloe over the years. 5 huge boxes. Watches and artwork worth hundreds of thousands, 136 custom-made suits, and 238 love letters Chloe once wrote to me. I used to believe all that stuff, proof of my burning love, might somehow wake her heart up, bring her memories back. Turns out, I was dead wrong. What I didn't know back then was that my college roommate, Liam, had screwed me over on purpose. He delayed my visit to Chloe while she was in the hospital. By the time I finally showed up, clutching that box of letters, Chloe was already awake, holding Liam's hand. Her eyes were glowing with love. Liam, she said, I'll take care of you for the rest of my life. I'll make you a star. That moment crushed me. I tried to show her the letters, the locket, anything to prove who I really was. But all I got was ice-cold disgust. You're absolutely vile, she snapped. A scheming liar. How dare you steal the letters I wrote to Liam and swap his name with yours? You even copied his tattoo and stole the locket I gave him. You have zero shame. The woman who once loved me like her whole world now believed every lie Liam fed her. All that was left for me was pure contempt. No matter how much her friends tried to explain the truth, Chloe refused to hear it. She swore I was a manipulative parasite and even threatened to cut them off if they ever defended me again. Thinking about the last 8 years, the endless waiting, the constant mockery, I felt my vision blur. If she had truly loved me, how could her body remember nothing about me? How could she confuse me with someone else? How could she hurt me so deeply without even a shred of trust? At the end of the day, it was simple. She just didn't love me enough. I swallowed the bitterness clawing at my throat, slid the wedding ring off my finger, and tossed it straight into the trash. Then I soaked all those boxes of memories in gasoline. Maria panicked and dug the ring out of the bin. Sir, you can't, she cried. This is the ring she carved lilies into for you when she was 16. And these gifts, these letters, they were everything to her. If you burn them, you'll destroy her. Please, just give her more time. She loves you so much. She's bound to remember. It doesn't matter if she remembers or not, I said flatly. I don't want her anymore. And with that, I tossed the lit lighter onto the pile. The Chloe I loved died when she was 16, I said quietly. She's never coming back. The flames roared, lighting up my face. There was sadness in my eyes, but also a small spark of hope. In 62 hours, my son and I would disappear, leaving absolutely nothing behind for Chloe. That night, just as I was about to sleep, the sky went wild. Rain poured down like hell itself, lightning flashing, thunder crashing nonstop. I've always been terrified of storms, so I threw on my noise-canceling headphones and curled up under the covers, waiting it out. Then I heard it, a sharp cry from the crib. Heart pounding, fear be damned, I jumped out of bed and rushed to my son. He was burning up, face red, milk spilling from his mouth. My stomach dropped. I grabbed him and ran downstairs to call a cab to the hospital. We lived in the suburbs, and on a stormy night like that, getting a ride was basically impossible. As I stood there freaking out, a familiar Rolls-Royce rolled past. Inside, Chloe and Liam. Stop! Stop the car! I yelled, sprinting after it, barely holding my umbrella against the wind, slamming my hands on the window. Chloe, please. Let us in. Leo has a high fever. We need the hospital now. She rolled the window down, her stare freezing me in place. You're unbelievable, she said coldly. When I don't come home, you lie about our son being sick just to drag me back. He really has a fever, I begged, my voice shaking. Chloe, I've never asked you for anything, but please, I'm begging you. For the 3 years I took care of you when you were blind. Please, just give us a ride. He needs a doctor now. It's impossible to get a cab in this weather. Liam touched her arm gently. Just let them in. The cut on my forehead will heal in a few days. It's not a big deal. You're too naive, Chloe snapped. How many times has Ethan tricked you? We're taking Noah to the dentist. We don't have time for this. The car sped off, splashing muddy water all over me. The cold hit my bones, and I shook so hard I couldn't even talk. It was bad enough that the woman who once loved me now wished I were dead, but abandoning her own sick child? She didn't deserve to be a mother. Dragging my exhausted body to the main road, I waved like a madman. Finally, an Uber stopped. The driver jumped out. Your kid sick? Get in now. I'll get you there. Thank you. I sobbed, clutching Leo. Hold on, buddy. We're almost there. The driver glanced back. He's tiny. Not even a month old, right? With a fever like that. How could his mom let you come out alone? She's dead, I said flatly. The driver winced. Man, I'm sorry. That's rough. There's a dry towel in the back. Use it. You don't want him catching a chill too. He's way too young for meds. I dried Leo's hair as the driver sped through the streets. At a red light, we pulled up next to the Rolls-Royce. Through the window, I saw Liam kissing Chloe. He noticed me and smirked like he'd won. Is that rich woman your wife? The driver asked, pissed. What the hell is wrong with her? Her kid's burning up and she's over there making out with another guy. That's her own blood. What does that matter? I said bitterly, wiping Leo down with an alcohol swab to lower his fever. She'd rather raise another man's kid than her own. Sir, I'm gonna push it, the driver said. At the hospital, Leo was rushed straight into emergency care. The doctor handed me the bill, over $20,000. Because he was premature, he needed specialized medicine. I had quit my job after marriage to take care of Chloe full-time. My savings were nearly gone, drained by Leo's medical care. I tried using the unlimited credit card Chloe gave me. Declined. She'd canceled it. I called everyone I knew. No one helped. As a last shot, I called Chloe. Liam picked up instantly. Ethan? What's up? Chloe's in the shower. Before I could speak, I heard laughter, the phone dropping, and Liam's voice purring. Chloe, slow down. My hair's still wet. I hung up, sick to my stomach. While I was desperately scrambling for options, Dr. Hayes from the ER stepped in and offered to cover the bill. I was stunned. Thank you, I said, bowing deeply. You saved our lives. I'll pay you back as soon as I sell my house. Don't worry about that right now, she said kindly. By the way, Mr. Grant, our hospital has a new experimental drug. It's shown promise in repairing damaged neural pathways. Are you planning to tell Ms. Anderson? It could help restore her memory. Warmth flooded my chest as tears fell. A stranger was willing to save me while my own wife cut me off and ignored our dying son. My life as Mr. Anderson was a damn joke, I thought. Stay strong, Dr. Hayes said softly before leaving. I will, I said quietly. For Leo? Please wait until after his 1-month celebration in 2 days before telling her. 2 hours later, Leo's fever finally broke. I held him tight, tears soaking his tiny face. Dr. Hayes told me that if we'd arrived just 10 minutes later, the fever would have caused permanent brain damage. Leo was born tiny, just 4 pounds 12 ounces. He spent 2 straight weeks in an incubator just trying to stay alive. Chloe showed up to see him one single time. The day he was finally discharged, her face was twisted in pure disgust. She stayed exactly 3 minutes. And tonight, because of how vicious she is, my son almost ended up permanently disabled. Someone like her doesn't deserve to be called a mother. Hell, she barely deserves to be called human. I wanted her to get her memory back for one reason only, to be haunted by everything she did tonight. I wanted her to remember just so she'd understand she would never see her son or me ever again. I wanted that guilt to eat her alive for the rest of her damn life. I was taking Leo downstairs to the pharmacy when the elevator doors slid open and Chloe stepped in, holding Liam's son. She was glowing. Liam, don't stress about the money. Use the best materials for his dental work. $100,000 is nothing to me. That's just bracelet money. I dropped my eyes, hiding the ice-cold rage burning in them. I wondered if she'd still be flexing like that with Liam's kid once her memory came back. I honestly couldn't wait for the day she finally cracked. Yeah, thanks for being so good to Noah, Liam said. Then he noticed me and gave this awkward little smile. Ethan, is your son Leo okay? You look awful. Maybe you should let Chloe help you for a while. Him? Let me watch his kid. Chloe scoffed. Ethan, you really will do anything to get me to come home, huh? Even making your own kid sick just to trap me at the hospital. You're the most heartless father I've ever seen. I didn't even look at her. I stayed focused on fixing Leo's blanket. Suddenly, the strap on the diaper bag snapped, and bottles and diapers went flying all over the elevator floor. A sharp pain stabbed through my head, but I forced myself to crouch down and pick everything up. Liam reached out and steadied my arm. Ethan, you're clearly in pain. Don't move. I'll get it. Liam, why are you helping him? Chloe snapped, yanking Liam behind her. Who knows what kind of scheme he's trying to pull on you this time? Stay away from him. Chloe, don't be so rough on Ethan. We were college roommates, remember? Liam said gently. He might have been a slow learner, but he always worked insanely hard. Hardworking, Chloe sneered. You mean graduating dead last in his class? It's beyond embarrassing that my son has a failure like him for a father. And it's an even bigger disgrace. I shot back, fighting through the pounding in my head as I grabbed the last of our things. That my son has a cold-blooded woman like you for a mother. Don't ever call yourself Leo's mom again. You don't earn that title. Chloe just stared at me, totally stunned. I could tell she was realizing the guy standing in front of her wasn't the same man anymore. I'd always been obedient, always trying to please her. I never talked back like this. Ethan, knock it off with these stupid games, Chloe said, her face darkening. I'm telling you right now, nothing you do tonight is getting me back home. Before she could finish running her mouth, I walked straight out of the elevator with my son. Then I froze, eyes wide. For some reason, Leo had stretched his tiny hand out from his blue swaddle and grabbed the sleeve of Chloe's coat. He babbled at her, and a drop of milk slipped from the corner of his mouth onto the back of her hand. Chloe froze for a split second, then violently shook his hand away. She ripped off her expensive coat, tossed it into a nearby trash can, and snapped. What do you want? You're disgusting. Terrified by her poisonous tone, Leo buried his face in my chest and started crying. Sure, Leo, don't cry. Daddy's right here. I whispered, my own heart breaking as I wiped his tears. My voice was thick with emotion. I'll always be with you, my sweet boy. From now on, it's just you and me. Hearing that, Chloe paused. She looked at my completely defeated expression, and for the first time, a flicker of unease crossed her face, like something important was slipping through her fingers. Chloe, Noah's nose is bleeding, Liam said urgently. We need to get him to a restroom. Chloe snapped back to reality and started walking away with him, but then she stopped and turned back toward me, her voice sharp. Ethan, our son's 1-month celebration is in 2 days. I'm warning you. Take care of him. If you pull any more crap, you'll answer to me. I just lowered my head and gave a grim smile, saying nothing. In 12 hours, my son and I would be gone. The only thing waiting for her at that celebration would be divorce papers. The next morning, I had a real estate agent bring over a potential buyer, an older couple. They exchanged worried looks. Mr. Grant, this is a gorgeous home. Is something wrong with it? Why are you selling so fast? Where are you going? I'm heading back to my hometown to recover, I said calmly. The title's clean. No problems. If you're serious, I'll knock another $500,000 off, but I need full payment up front. Done, the husband said, and they signed right there. I went with them to the county clerk to finalize everything, then had my agent set up the purchase of a fully furnished house for me in Costa Rica. Once that was handled, I closed all my bank accounts, picked up my new passport, and bought a one-way ticket out of Miami for the next day. When I dragged my exhausted body home that night, I saw a pair of men's dress shoes by the door that weren't mine. A woman's white blouse was tossed on the floor like it meant nothing. My mind went completely blank. I stumbled upstairs, then ran back down, slapping a hand over my mouth as I rushed into the bathroom. I dropped to my knees in front of the toilet and vomited until there was nothing left but bitter bile. I collapsed against the wall, gasping, tears pouring down my face. Chloe was beyond cruel. It was bad enough she flaunted her affair with Liam all over town, but bringing him into our house, into our bedroom, was absolute humiliation. I dug my nails into my palms, forcing myself to stop crying. I took the glass of water Maria handed me. Please prepare the downstairs guest room, I said weakly. Leo and I will sleep there tonight. And bring down the aloe plant from the master bedroom. My mother gave it to me, and it deserves clean air. Of course, sir, Maria said, then hesitated. Ma'am said Mr. Carter wants some of your homemade soup. She said you need to make it and bring it upstairs right away. She also said if you don't, she'll never come home again. My eyes turned ice cold. Good. If she never came back, maybe I'd finally have some damn peace. I was fast asleep in the guest room when the blankets were ripped off me. Are you deaf? Chloe screamed. I told you to make soup for Liam. Didn't you hear me? Why the hell would I make soup for him? I snapped back. Because you brought him into our home to humiliate me? Or because you're just waiting for me to die so he can replace me? Chloe stared at me, shocked, silent for a moment. Feeling bold now, huh? You dare talk back to me? I'm counting to 3. If you don't get up and go to the kitchen, I will. I snapped. I grabbed the glass of water from the nightstand and threw it at her. Get out, I yelled. Your father gave this house to me. You don't get to boss me around in it. The water soaked her shirt, and her face twisted with rage. You bastard. How dare you? You almost disfigured Liam at the mall, and I went easy on you by only asking for soup. And now you've got the nerve to act like this. I guess they weren't lying about kids who grow up without a mom. I thought I'd already hit rock bottom with my disappointment in her. Turns out, nah, there was still worse. She straight up weaponized the deepest pain I had and used it against me. She'd completely forgotten the day she grabbed my hand and said, Ethan, don't cry. From now on, my mom is your mom. I'll never let you feel alone. And if anyone ever makes fun of you for not having a mother, I'll destroy them. That promise was burned into my memory, crystal clear. And yet here she was, ripping me apart just to protect Liam. Pain slammed into me like a tidal wave, raw and brutal, and tears poured down my face. At the same time, this insane, volcanic rage exploded inside me, so hot it felt like my skin might split. I was done. Done being her emotional punching bag. If you really think I'm that useless, then go be with Liam. I yelled. Why the hell did you even come back? I didn't ask you to come here and torture me. Ethan, I only came back with Chloe to help her pack a few things, Liam said softly, barely louder than a breath, adjusting his shirt like the coward he was. I never meant to humiliate you. She just got carried away and I couldn't stop her. I'm really sorry this turned into a fight. I even had Maria change the sheets so you could still use the bed. Cut the fake innocent crap, I snapped. I'm counting to 3. If you're not gone by then, I'm calling Mr. Anderson and letting him deal with you himself. The second I mentioned her father, the color drained from Chloe's face. He'd always liked me. If he found out about this mess, things would go real bad for them, real fast. Seething, she grabbed Liam and stormed out. You just wait, she spat. This isn't over. I slammed the door and locked it. Chloe and Liam scurried back to their car, her face twisted in pure rage. Nearby, I could hear the staff whispering. It's about time Sir stood up for himself, one of them said. That was honestly so satisfying to watch. He did the right thing, another agreed. What she did was insane, asking him to cook for her lover. If it were me, I'd want to kill her. She deserved it, someone else chimed in. Even a saint has a breaking point. He might love her, but nobody can survive that kind of abuse forever. One day his love will run dry, and she'll be left with nothing but regret. Chloe scoffed to herself. In her mind, the biggest regret of her life was listening to her father and marrying me. I was manipulative, that's what she told herself. When she woke up from her coma, Liam was the one by her side. I had supposedly copied Liam's tattoo and lied about saving her from the fire. I'd even shown her a box of love letters and claimed they were hers, like she wouldn't recognize her own handwriting. Those letters were clearly meant for Liam. Liam noticed the storm brewing on Chloe's face and quickly played the gentle act. "Ethan just loves you too much," he said softly. "He couldn't handle what happened in his room today. You're the bigger person, Chloe. Don't sink to his level." "Liam, you're too kind," Chloe said, pulling him into her arms. "After Ethan humiliated you like that, you're still defending him." Her eyes hardened. "I'll show him what happens when you cross me. Someone get my lawyer on the phone. I want divorce papers drawn up right now. Ethan Grant is leaving with nothing." Liam leaned into her embrace, dark satisfaction flashing in his eyes. Chloe wanted a divorce. I was shattered. If I agreed, the title of Mr. Anderson would finally belong to him. After Chloe left, I ripped every wedding photo and album in the house to pieces and threw them out. I stuffed my clothes into a suitcase. Maria paced back and forth, panicking, threatening to call Mr. Anderson and tell him everything. "Don't," I stopped her. "His health is too fragile." "But sir, you can't just leave with the baby," Maria cried, eyes red. "What about Madam? She's had 2 major brain surgeries. A shock like this could be dangerous for her." "She'll live," I said coldly. "Help me take down the embroidered lily tapestry in the living room." It was a wedding gift from my mother. I held it in my hands, the lilies blurring through my tears. My mother and I were all each other had. When I was in 6th grade, she was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer. She hid her pain from me and spent her last days secretly embroidering this tapestry. On the day she died, she placed my hand into Chloe's. With her final breath, she whispered, "Good girl. I'm entrusting my Ethan to you. I hope you'll be happy together. If you ever stop loving him, please just let him go. Don't hurt him. Don't worry. I'll take care of Ethan," a young Chloe promised through tears. "If I ever betray him, may I live every day in agony and die old and alone." A spark of light returned to my mother's tired eyes. "Chloe," she said firmly, "I've always been a good judge of character. I know you'll protect my Ethan for the rest of his life and never let him cry." "Mom, I guess you were wrong," I sobbed, clutching the tapestry to my chest. Chloe had stopped loving me a long time ago, and now I was done loving her too. The wind outside howled like it was mourning with me. I wiped my tears and spoke to my mother's memory. "Don't worry, Mom. I'm a grown man now. I don't need Chloe to be happy. I'll take good care of Leo, and we'll live a good life." "Sir," a lawyer said, bowing slightly as he entered, "the president has sent a courier with a document for you." I opened the envelope. Divorce papers. Chloe refused to pay a single cent in child support, demanded I leave with nothing, and wanted the custom wedding ring back. Absolutely heartless. I was about to sign when my phone buzzed nonstop, messages from Liam. "Ethan, Chloe just dropped $10 million on emerald earrings at an auction. Then another $8 million on a matching pendant for me. He sent a photo. Don't I look good? Too bad she already gave me all the jewelry she once gave you. Only thing left is the ring on your finger. She's crazy possessive. I've got 2 rooms full of gifts from her, and she still won't stop. I tried refusing earlier, so she punished me 5 times. Something inside me finally snapped. I called him. "Liam," I said calmly, too calmly. "If you hadn't copied my tattoo, stolen her letters, forged her handwriting, and taken my place, would you really be enjoying any of this?" He laughed. "Blame her, not me. Her love for you wasn't strong enough to see through my little trick." Cold fear crept in. "Is Chloe pregnant?" "That's my ace," he said smugly. "And honestly, what does it matter? She had your kid and still tossed you out like trash. Pathetic. You'd have been better off dying in that fire. At least it would have hurt less than this." My hands shook so badly I nearly dropped the phone. "That fire, that was you?" "What if it was?" he laughed. "Even if you told her, she'd think you were lying. If I were you, I'd have died of shame already. How do you still call yourself Mr. Anderson?" I smiled coldly, and stopped the recording. I took a cab to the Chicago River and handed the recording and signed divorce papers to an agent from a disappearance service. Following instructions, I left my shoes on the riverbank. "Mr. Grant," the agent said, "just confirming one last time. You're choosing the nobody recovered option?" "I'm sure," I said. I picked up my suitcase and vanished into the night. Just wait. The day I disappeared would be the start of Liam's personal hell. The day Chloe's world would completely fall apart. And maybe, just maybe, the day she'd finally start to remember. The next day was my son's 1-month celebration. After her night with Liam, Chloe checked her phone. No missed calls. No desperate texts. The silence felt weird. Thinking about appearances, she got dressed to leave, but Liam wrapped his arms around her. "Chloe, stay home tonight with Ethan. It'll put your father at ease. Don't sneak out to see me, okay? We've got time." "You're always so considerate," she murmured, staying with him a little longer. When she finally arrived at the hotel, the ballroom was packed, guests whispering everywhere, but my son and I were nowhere in sight. "Chloe," her father roared, furious. "I can tolerate your nonsense, but being late to your own son's celebration? What did you do to Ethan this time?" His phone's disconnected. Disconnected? Her surprise turned to rage. The audacity. "This is just another one of Ethan's pathetic attention games," she snapped. "When I find him, he'll pay. Just talk to him," her father pleaded. She called again and again. Nothing. She called my friends. No one had seen me. Fuming, she ordered her assistant to launch a citywide search. "Ma'am, he's not at the baby supply store he always hits up. Not at his favorite flower shop either." "Keep looking," Chloe snapped, already pissed, as she sent out the order, a $100,000 reward for any tip leading to his location. The day dragged on, and there was still zero sign of me. Guests started getting antsy, crowding around Chloe, tossing out their wild theories. "It can't be a kidnapping," one said. "We'd have gotten a ransom call by now." "Who knows?" another guest muttered. "I heard he and Chloe had a massive blow-up yesterday. Maybe he lost it and jumped into the river with the baby. But he chased her for 8 years, a third shot back. Everybody knows how crazy he is about her. No way he'd just quit like that." Their nonstop chatter made Chloe's head spin. Her mind flashed to the divorce papers she'd sent the night before, and her stomach twisted into knots. That man loved her more than life itself. What if he'd done something reckless? No, he wouldn't. She tried to calm herself down. Ethan loved their son way too much to ever hurt him, or himself. He was probably just holed up at home, waiting for her to come running after him. Chloe bolted out of the hotel and sped home. A moving truck sat in the driveway, and movers were hauling furniture inside. It felt like the ground disappeared beneath her feet. She ran up to the woman directing them and grabbed her arm. "This is my house. What the hell are you doing?" "Your husband sold it to us yesterday," the woman said, shaking under Chloe's icy stare. "I've got the deed right here." The color drained from Chloe's face. She snatched the papers and scanned them, freezing when her eyes hit a stranger's name. She staggered back. "He sold our house," she whispered. "My father gave this house to Ethan. He said he wanted it passed down to our kids." "You're lying," she snapped. "You're in on this with him. You're trying to mess with me." Chloe shoved past the movers and ran inside. The embroidered lily tapestry was gone from the living room wall. Every single photo was missing. The wooden box that held her precious letters, the one that had sat on the sideboard for years, was gone too. "Ethan, get out here," she screamed, throwing open door after door. "I'm counting to 3. If you don't show yourself, I'll have our son taken from you, and I swear you'll never see him again." Nothing. Dead silence. Her mind was a total mess, her head pounding. She ran back outside and grabbed one of the maids. "Where is he hiding? Tell me right now, or I'll have all of you fired." "Sir left with the baby last night," the maid stammered, terrified. "And he burned all of your gifts. The letters, too. Burn them," Chloe whispered, stumbling back. "He loved me more than anything. He would never give up being Mr. Anderson. I know it. He's at his mother's old house. He's waiting for me to come get him." A dark determination settled over her face. "Ethan Grant, you think you can play games with me?" she muttered through clenched teeth. "We'll see how long you last." She was convinced that within a few hours, I'd come crawling back, begging for forgiveness. Chloe waited at the hotel until nightfall, but I never showed. Her irritation turned into full-blown anger. This man was getting bold, really bold, making her wait like this. When he came back, she'd have to set some serious new rules. Chloe, go find my son-in-law and my grandson right now. Do you hear me? Her father demanded, face dark. Every guest is waiting. Are you trying to disgrace the Anderson name? Other family members chimed in, backing him up. Fine, I'm going, she snapped. Just as she turned to leave, the ballroom doors flew open and her assistant rushed in, panicked. What is it? Where's Ethan? Chloe demanded. Ma'am, he sold his mother's house too. There's no one there. Chloe's head spun. She stumbled back. Ethan and his mother had been inseparable. He loved that tiny house more than anything, and he'd sold it. Was he really cutting off every tie to Miami? Was he actually gone for good? You ungrateful child, her father shouted, slamming his cane against her. What did you do to drive him away? Ethan takes care of that baby day and night, and this is how you treat him? How did I raise such a cold-hearted daughter? Now go find him. Father, calm down, she insisted. He's just mad because I mentioned divorce last night. He's hiding to punish me. He loves our son too much to do anything stupid. Put out a citywide missing person alert, she ordered. I want him found. Ma'am, an aide said nervously, his social security number, his driver's license, everything's been wiped. There's no record of him on any flight or bus. Another assistant rushed up, dragging an old man along. Ma'am, I found someone. He has information about Mr. Grant. Chloe's pupils shrank. She grabbed the man's sleeve, her voice shaking. Where did you see my husband? The old man lifted a plastic bag with trembling hands. I was fishing near the Chicago River around midnight, he stammered. I found these under a rock. The name on them is Ethan Grant. Chloe took the papers. At the bottom of the last page was Ethan's signature, steady, final. Her hand shook as she picked up a small digital recorder. She inhaled and pressed play. A familiar conversation filled the air. Liam, if you hadn't copied my tattoo, stolen her letters, forged her handwriting, and taken my place, would you really be enjoying any of this? Then Liam's voice, smug as hell. If you want to blame someone, blame her. Her love wasn't strong enough to see through my little trick. Liam kept going, laughing. If I were you, I'd have died of shame ages ago. How can you still call yourself Mr. Anderson? The recording ended with Ethan's voice, hollow and broken. Fine. If that's what you want, I'll give you the title of Mr. Anderson. The recorder slipped from her fingers and hit the floor. Chloe dropped to her knees, her face empty and shattered. How could this be? She had to be right. Liam was the one she loved. Ethan was the fake. This had to be some twisted setup. He was mad about the divorce, that's all. Keep searching, she screamed. Find that manipulative bastard and bring him to me. I'll make him pay. Ms. Anderson, the old fisherman said softly, I don't think your husband is coming back. He pulled out one more item. I found these by the river too. A pair of men's dress shoes. Size 10. I'm so sorry for your loss. Chloe stared at the shoes, and a memory slammed into her. The day before the wedding, her father had forced her to shop with Ethan. If you wear shoes bought by the one you love, he'd said, you'll always find your way home. She'd ignored him completely. Chloe, you ungrateful daughter, her father sobbed, tears streaming. You drove the man who worshipped you to his death. You forced him to take his own life, and our son with him. My grandson, my beautiful grandson is gone. The ballroom exploded with shocked gasps. I can't believe it, a guest whispered. Ethan spent 8 years letting her walk all over him, just hoping she'd remember him. And in the end, another murmured, he was destroyed by Liam Carter's lies. What a tragic ending. Liam always seemed so nice, someone else said. Who knew he was that evil? One of Chloe's friends spoke up quietly. I told her for years that Ethan was the one she loved before the accident. I told her those letters were meant for him. But she never listened. She only believed Liam. Ethan gave up his whole damn career for her, just to stay by her side. And what did he get? Straight up disgust from her, while she was running around with Liam like it was nothing. He didn't deserve that crap. He almost died for that baby, and she didn't even give a damn. She wanted to divorce him for another man's kid. If I were him, honestly, I don't think I could have kept going either. Ethan loves our son. He wouldn't do this. There's no way. He's not dead. Chloe screamed, grabbing her head as a burning, brutal pain tore through her. She collapsed, and just before she blacked out, she choked out, "Give me that new medicine, the one for my memory. I have to know the truth and find Ethan. You have to find him. The over-the-top lavish party ended with the bombshell news that Ethan Grant and his infant son had taken their own lives. The shock sent Mr. Anderson straight to the hospital with heart problems. At the same time, Chloe was rushed into emergency surgery for a cerebral hemorrhage. Liam bolted to the hospital and stayed glued to her bedside for 3 days straight. The second Chloe woke up, she snapped. She lunged at him, slamming him against the wall, fingers locked around his throat. Her face was straight up terrifying. Her voice came out rough and broken. "I remember everything. You stole Ethan's place. You bastard. You lied to me for 8 damn years. You made me hate him. You're the reason he and my son are dead. I'm going to make you wish you were never born." Liam's face turned purple as he fought for air, finally managing to shove her away. "And you think you're innocent in this?" he rasped. "If you really loved Ethan, would my lies have worked so easily? You're the one who pushed him into despair. You're the one who killed him and your son." Pain crushed Chloe's face as she dropped to her knees, clutching her chest. Forgotten memories came flooding back all at once. Ethan's voice echoed in her mind. "Chloe, could you buy me these shoes? All my favorites were the ones you picked out. Chloe, I made your favorite soup. Maybe it'll help you remember." Then his final, completely defeated words from the recording. "Fine, as you wish. I'll give you the title of Mr. Anderson." She clutched the recorder, her eyes blazing with desperate, burning hope. Ethan was strong. He wouldn't just die like that. He was alive, and when she found him, she was going to make Liam pay for everything he'd done. The story of Chloe, Ethan, and Liam blew up overnight. The public turned on Liam fast, furious over his lies. The internet exploded with calls to blacklist him from Hollywood. His endorsements vanished. His movies were yanked from streaming platforms. Anderson Corp's stock tanked, and shareholders went absolutely feral. Not long after, the rage flipped onto Chloe, branding her a cold, heartless monster. The scandal owned the news for over a month, and the public's anger just wouldn't die. Far away in Costa Rica, the news was everywhere every time I opened my phone. I never clicked a single article. I just scrolled past. I was done with Chloe. Whether she lived or died wasn't my problem anymore. Ethan Grant was gone. I was Evan Cole now, owner of a small bakery and dad to an amazing son. I messed around with online day trading, and my life was quiet, simple, and drama-free. A year flew by. I was at the hospital for Leo's annual checkup when I ran into Dr. Hayes in the elevator. She stared at me for a long moment, eyes filling with tears. "Ethan," she whispered. "It's been a long time. Are you okay?" "You've got the wrong guy. My name is Evan," I said, trying to step past her, but she blocked me. "You look a little different, and you had the small mole under your right eye removed. But I know it's you, Mr. Grant. I went to Northside Prep with you and Chloe. Same year. My name is Ava Hayes. Do you remember me?" "I don't know you," I said, walking away fast. She followed me. "Don't worry. I won't tell Chloe I saw you. I swear. As a friend, I want to help if I can." I remembered the $20,000 I still owed her and stopped. "Please keep my identity a secret. If you give me your account details, I can transfer the money I owe you." Ava smiled. "The medical conference I'm here for doesn't start until this afternoon. I'm free till then. Let me walk you down to pediatrics." "Okay," I said. "Thanks." Ava stayed with me through Leo's entire checkup. She even won him a little toy car from a claw machine, which made him laugh like crazy. As we were about to part ways, her expression turned serious. "Ethan," she said, "do you remember you're the reason I decided to become a doctor?" "Because of me?" I asked, totally confused. "I can't believe you," she said, pouting playfully. "You even wrote on my arm, and you forgot all about it." She rolled up her sleeve. "Look." My eyes widened. Tattooed on her forearm, in elegant but strong lettering, were the words, "To heal and protect." It was unmistakably my handwriting. A memory surfaced. When I was 10, I was hospitalized with leukemia. I met a girl my age who'd broken her leg playing basketball. She visited me every day, cheering me up, bringing butterflies she'd caught or sneaking me snacks from the cafeteria. Chloe hated it. She'd chase the girl away whenever she saw her, banning her from coming near me. The day after my big surgery, I was resting when she climbed through my window. She handed me a small box. "I have to go home now," she said. "I brought you these butterflies. I hope they make you happy. When I grow up, I'm going to be a doctor. I'll invent the world's best pain medicine so you never have to hurt again." I told her that was an incredible goal. Then, With a marker, I carefully wrote to heal and protect on her arm. A doctor's duty is to heal and protect, Ava said now, tracing the tattoo. I never forgot what you said, Ethan. I studied like a maniac, always trying to be top of the class, hoping you'd see my name and remember the girl who brought you butterflies. I just wanted you to notice me. Her face fell. But you forgot. You only ever saw Chloe. I'm sorry, I said, genuinely ashamed. Chloe told me she was the one who brought the butterflies. I believed her. I was the one who brought them. That manipulative witch, Ava snapped, old anger flashing. The day of the big basketball game freshman year, I was going to tell you everything. But Chloe picked a fight to stop me. I got suspended and had to transfer schools. I never got another chance. Tears streamed down her face. When I heard she mistook Liam for her boyfriend after the accident, I was so furious I could have killed her. But you never gave up on her. You waited 8 years for her to remember. If only I'd perfected that neural drug sooner, you wouldn't have suffered like that. It's okay, I said softly, wiping my own tear. That pain's in the past. I'm okay now. Maybe someday you can come watch me play basketball again. Ava's face lit up with the brightest smile. I'd love that. After that, Ava started visiting my bakery every afternoon. We slipped into an easy friendship, talking about everything, getting closer day by day. A few weeks later, she invited me to a local basketball game. After it ended, she ran over with a bottle of water, then suddenly covered my eyes. I've got a surprise for you, she whispered. Come with me. She led me up what felt like a never-ending staircase. Okay, she said softly in my ear. You can look now. I opened my eyes. The air was filled with thousands of butterflies, their wings catching the twilight, lighting the sky on fire with color. I held out my hand, and one landed gently on my fingertip. Ava, it's the middle of winter. Where did you get all these from? I asked. From my butterfly conservatory, she said, resting her hands on my shoulders. The one I built just for you. I've been raising them for 14 years. 14 years, I said, totally stunned. Yes, from the very first day I met you, she said, locking eyes with me. Ethan, I never forgot you. You've lived in my heart for 14 years. You're part of me now. Please, just give me a shot. Let me take care of you. Her stare was intense, almost too much. I looked down, rubbing my neck. I don't know if I'm ready to jump into another relationship yet. Can you give me some time? Of course, she said immediately. I'll wait however long it takes. After that day, Ava became a constant, comforting presence in my life. Turns out, she wasn't just amazing with kids, she was crazy smart when it came to business too. With her help, I rebranded my small bakery. 6 months later, things were on fire. Business was booming, my name was known all over the city, and I'd just opened my second location. I was making more money than I'd ever imagined. Ava, you're a straight-up genius, I told her one afternoon, grinning. You completely flipped my business around. I want to get you something to say thanks. Anything you want. I want you to be my date to our high school reunion in Chicago, she said, her eyes warm and full of something deep. Will you? Yes, I said without even thinking twice. We flew back to Chicago the very next day. The second I walked into the reunion with Ava on my arm, all eyes were on us. Wow, Ava, one of our old classmates said. Did you find a stand-in for your old crush? He looks just like Ethan Grant. Ava smiled calmly. Drinks are on me tonight. Everyone, have fun. The crowd erupted in cheers. I heard Ava was in love with Ethan for 14 years, but never got to tell him before he died. Someone whispered. She must have found this guy to cope. Remember that huge fight she had with Chloe Anderson over him? Chloe got suspended, but Ava had to transfer. All that waiting for nothing. She even released butterflies for him for 3 years straight. Super romantic. I really thought they'd end up together, but then Chloe swooped in. Another classmate leaned toward me. Ava comes from a powerful family, you know. Man, you hit the jackpot. I just smiled politely. Later, heading to the restroom, I slammed straight into Chloe Anderson. My heart dropped. I tried to walk away, but she blocked me, her hand gripping my shoulder like iron. Her face was glowing with raw, uncontrollable joy, her lips shaking so badly she couldn't speak. Finally, she stammered, Ethan, you're not dead. You're alive. She threw her arms around me, sobbing like crazy. I thought you and Leo were gone forever. I thought you drowned. For 2 years, I've been funding charities, praying day and night that you found peace. And it worked. Oh my God. Thank God I found you. Let go of me, I said, pushing her back when she tried to kiss me. I'm not your dead husband. My name is Evan Cole, and I'm Ava Hayes' boyfriend. It's you, Ethan, she cried, touching my face. You heartless man. You removed the mole under your eye. You changed your hair. But it's you. Do you have any idea how much I've missed you these past 2 years? She leaned in and kissed me, her tears hitting my cheeks. I missed you so much. I thought I was losing my mind. Sometimes when I drank too much, I'd see you coming to take me home. Then I'd wake up and you'd be gone. I tried to pull away, but she held on tighter. Suddenly, a white blur rushed past me, and Chloe hit the floor. Ava stood there, furious. Ethan Grant and his son are dead, and you killed them, she shouted. This is my boyfriend, Evan. Stop this insane act and get out of here. Chloe struggled up, clutching her side, eyes blazing. Don't lie to me. This is my Ethan. He picks his nails when he's nervous. He bites when he's angry. How could he be anyone else? You're the one who should leave. He's my husband. What fantasy are you living in? Ava snapped, her face dark as thunder as she raised her fist again. Ethan signed the divorce papers before he died. He took his son and left you. He doesn't want you. If you ever harass my boyfriend again, I won't be this gentle. That's my Ethan, Chloe cried from behind the growing crowd. Ethan, I'm so sorry. When I lost my memory, I thought Liam was you. I made so many mistakes. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. Please, just come back to me. I ignored her, took Ava's arm, and walked her back to our table. A party game started, and I ended up losing a round. My punishment was the cookie game, eating a cookie from both ends with a partner. My partner was Ava. We leaned in, faces inches apart, when suddenly a strong force yanked us apart. I stumbled, caught myself, and looked up. It was Chloe, her face twisted with pain. She was shaking as she hugged me tight. Ethan, you're mine. You can't kiss another woman. I brought that bastard Liam with me. You can do whatever you want to him. Just say the word. I looked down. Liam Carter was collapsed on the floor, pale as death. His hair was streaked with gray, and a long, ugly scar ran down his right cheek. Ethan, I'm so sorry, Liam sobbed. Hit me, scream at me, do whatever. Just please ask Chloe to let me see my son. I haven't seen him in 2 years. I dream about him crying for me every night. I think I'm losing it. I looked at my old college roommate as years of memories hit me. For 8 years, I'd hated him with everything in me, for stealing my life, scheming behind my back, turning Chloe against me. But now, seeing him broken on the floor, I felt absolutely nothing. His tears didn't matter. I already got back all the jewelry Liam stole from you, Chloe said angrily. And as for his son, I've hidden him somewhere Liam will never find. He'll never see his child again. She looked at me, her voice low and fierce. What else do you want me to do to him, Ethan? Just say it. I'll do anything. I'm not your husband, and I don't care what you do to Liam, I said coldly. Ms. Anderson, have some dignity. If you don't stop harassing me, I'm calling the police. Chloe looked at me like a heartbroken kid who'd been caught. Ethan, she whispered through tears. You once told me that if you wear shoes given by someone you love, you'll always find your way home. For 2 years, I've worn the sneakers you bought me. I never take them off, not even to sleep. I'm so sorry for everything. Please bring Leo and come home with me. I'll spend my whole life making it right. I am not your husband, I said, my patience completely gone. I walked up to Ava and slid my arm around her waist. Ava, this woman is legit freaking me out. She won't leave me the hell alone. Please, let's just bounce. Don't stress. I've got you, Ava said, grabbing my hand and pulling me away. Chloe chased after us, holding up a ring. Ethan, wait, it's your wedding ring. The one you tossed. I got it fixed. Please, just look at it. Don't leave me. Please don't leave me. I kept my grip on Ava's hand and didn't turn back. I could hear bodyguards trying to hold Chloe back and a whole lot of yelling. Let's go back to Costa Rica tomorrow, I said, my voice weighed down with pure exhaustion. I don't want to see her ever again. Okay, Ava said softly. Whatever you want. Back at our hotel, I crashed onto the sofa, completely wiped. I glanced out the window and saw her standing under a streetlight across the road. It had started raining, but she didn't even have an umbrella. She was just standing there, drenched to the bone, screaming my name. I walked over and yanked the curtains shut. A second later, my phone started ringing. It was her. I blocked her number. Then, just to be extra sure, I pulled out my SIM card, climbed into bed, and dragged the covers over my head. I woke up in the middle of the night to a massive clap of thunder. I jolted awake, my old fear creeping back in, and curled into a ball. Suddenly, a dark figure rushed in and wrapped its arms around me. "Shoo, don't be afraid, Ethan." It was Chloe's voice. Every trace of sleep vanished. I shoved her away. "How did you get in here? Get out. I'm not your husband. Leave me alone." "Ethan, I know you hate me. I know you don't want me. I get it, but I will never be wrong again. You are my Ethan. I'd know you even if you were nothing but ash." "Ms. Anderson, you need to face reality," I said coldly. "Your husband and son died 2 years ago. I'm not him. I just happen to look like him." "Look like him," she repeated. Before I could react, she ripped my pajama pants, pointing straight at the distinctive birthmark on my inner thigh. "Then what do you call this? Do you seriously think you can still lie to me?" Mortified, I tried to cover myself. "You're insane. Get out." "In your dreams," she whispered, forcing me down onto the bed and kissing me. "You are my man. I won't let you be with anyone else." I fought her hard, the struggle getting so violent it woke Leo. He started screaming. "Leo," I shouted, and with everything I had, I kicked her off me. The second she stumbled back, I grabbed my son from his crib and bolted out of the room. "Ava, help me," I yelled. The guest room door flew open, and Ava stepped in front of me, shielding me from Chloe, who had followed us out. "Have you completely lost your damn mind?" Ava snapped. "Breaking into our home in the middle of the night to assault my fiancé. Get out, or I'm calling your father to come drag you away." Chloe's fists tightened at her sides. She turned to leave, then stopped at the door. "Ethan," she said, her voice low and dangerous. "I will never let you be with her. The only way that happens is over my dead body." After Chloe left, and I finally got Leo back to sleep, I looked at Ava. "She's not going to stop," I said grimly. Maybe we should announce our engagement. If it's public, she won't be able to pull crap like this." "Okay," Ava said, her eyes full of compassion. "I'll be your shield for as long as you need. You've finally started healing. I won't let her drag you back into the dark." The next morning, I woke up to see that Chloe and I were the #1 trending topic on Twitter. She had donated 3 new buildings to our old university in my name. She also announced plans to turn my mother's old house into a public lily garden. In an interview, Chloe was glowing. "My husband and son are alive," she declared. "I'm going to do everything in my power to win them back and save my marriage. I'm asking the public for support. I'm giving myself 100 days to bring my family back together for the holidays." I scoffed and dropped my phone. What made her think I'd ever take her back? I never go back for things I've already thrown away. "Ethan, breakfast's ready," Ava said, setting a bowl on the table. She hesitated. "Chloe released a recent photo of you. The internet's convinced you're Ethan Grant. What are you going to do?" "Ethan Grant is dead. I'm Evan Cole," I said. I took her hand, snapped a photo of us, and posted it to Twitter. "Ms. Anderson is mistaken. I am not her late husband. My name is Evan Cole, and this is my fiancée, Ava Hayes." Ava instantly retweeted it, adding, "Please respect our privacy, Miss Anderson, and stop harassing my fiancé." Moments later, Chloe retweeted Ava's post with a comment of her own. "You keep insisting he's not my husband. Then can you explain why his son is my exact mini-me?" She followed it with a photo of a document. "Dr. Hayes, here's the DNA test proving Leo is my son. What do you have to say now?" I was furious. "Ava, when did she get his DNA?" Ava rushed to the crib and searched around. "That witch," she said darkly. "She must have taken his hat during the chaos last night. There's no denying it now." "It doesn't matter," I said, thumbs flying across my phone. "It changes nothing." I posted another tweet, tagging Chloe. "I'm marrying Ava Hayes. You are destined to die alone." My post lit the internet on fire. Within an hour, every major news outlet was running photos of Chloe being rushed to the ER after collapsing. The internet went wild. Who the hell is this Ava Hayes? Does she have a death wish trying to steal Chloe Anderson's husband? One comment said, "Okay, Chloe was awful to him, but for Ethan to just announce his engagement like that? That's ice cold," another wrote. "But for the last 2 years, Chloe's been a mess. She drinks every night, totally broken. After she got her memory back, she refused to believe he was dead. She's been hunting for him like a mad woman. She wears the sneakers he bought her everywhere. The soles are worn completely through. That's some next-level painful devotion." And she started the Lily Foundation in his name to help people with amnesia? That's actually kind of amazing. But remember how much he loved her. He spent 8 years letting her treat him like trash, just hoping she'd remember. She must have shattered him. OMG, Ava Hayes is literally a genius. She's the protege of the legendary Dr. Hayes, became chief of surgery at a major hospital before 30, and she's gorgeous. My eyes straight up lit up. I clapped back to that comment and said my Dr. Hayes also makes a killer red velvet cake. Boom! The comment section went wild. OMG, he replied. He really seems crazy in love with Dr. Hayes. Hold up, something feels off. Dr. Hayes is smart as hell, rich, and single. Why would she be with a divorced single dad? Yeah, nah, there had to be some tea there. It didn't take the internet detectives long to dig it up. We went to high school together. Then they found it. A photo of Ava sitting in the stands at one of my basketball games. It was a candid shot, perfectly catching the exact moment she looked at me. The sun was setting, wrapping her in this soft golden glow. Straight up cinematic. I showed the photo to Ava. Look at this, I said with a grin. Tell me this doesn't look like a movie scene. It's beautiful, she said, smiling and messing up my hair. Like we were the main characters in some love story, I gently touched the image of the girl glowing in gold. Ava, I said quietly, you were my salvation. You gave me the guts to start over. I'm so damn glad I found you again. We locked eyes, and her dark ones filled with tears. She pulled me into a soft hug. Ethan, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. That night at the hospital, I almost lost you. Every time I think about it. She pulled back, forcing this bright smile. Guess there's some good karma in being a doctor. I got to save the man I love, and now I get to be with him forever. I'm so happy. It feels like I've waited my whole life for this. I reached up and wiped a tear from her cheek. No more sad thoughts, I said softly. You can do what a fiancé is supposed to do now. Her lips met mine in a warm, gentle kiss. I closed my eyes and kissed her back. We were completely lost in it, until a phone started ringing nonstop. I checked the caller ID and my stomach dropped. I answered. Mr. Anderson, is everything okay? Ethan, he sobbed. I need you to talk to Chloe. She just got out of the hospital and started drinking again. She's throwing up blood, but she won't stop. No one can reach her. I wouldn't call you if I had any other option. I'm begging you. Knowing his heart condition, I couldn't say no. Mr. Anderson, please don't worry. I'll go find her, I said. But I need to be crystal clear about one thing. I am never getting back together with her. Please help her understand we're done. We need to go our separate ways. I'll try, Ethan. I promise, he said, relief flooding his voice. I'm sending you the address. I rushed to the bar and found Chloe in a private room, surrounded by friends who were all desperately trying to stop her from drinking. Her face was flushed, her shirt unbuttoned, and her right hand wrapped in heavy bandages. When they saw me, they looked relieved as hell. Ethan, thank God you're here, one of them said. Please make her stop. She just had surgery for a stomach tumor. She can't drink. She's going to kill herself. She always listened to you. Another friend chimed in. Please talk some sense into her. Her dad's heart can't handle this. I stopped a few feet away. Chloe, I said flatly, stop drinking. We're leaving. She looked up, her drunk eyes lighting up like she'd won the lottery. She reached for my face, then let her hand drop. I'm dreaming again, she slurred. I'm dreaming Ethan came to take me home. But he's mad at me. He'd never come for me. It's not a dream, one of her friends said, shaking her. He's really here. Now stop causing drama and go with him. Ethan's here, she whispered in disbelief. She stumbled over, studying my face, then held out a familiar wooden box. Ethan, she whispered. I rewrote them. All 238 letters you burned. I remembered every single word. Will you read them? I didn't move. Her face fell. Then she unbuttoned her shirt. Ethan, she said. I had this tattooed over my heart so I'd never forget you again. Please, just give me one chance to fix this. I looked. Inked in deep crimson over her heart were the words my love. Ethan, wrapped in blooming lilies. It burned to look at. In my head, I could almost hear her voice again. My love, Ethan, New Year's Eve is so cold without you. Can you bring me hot chocolate? My love, Ethan, I love how you blush after I kiss you and chase me with a textbook. You're so cute I could eat you up. My love, Ethan, Merry Christmas. Wear the matching watch I got you, or I'll kill you. My love, Ethan, don't stress about grades. I'll work hard, and make enough money to take care of you forever. Please don't cry. It breaks my heart. All those memories, all those words, permanently carved into her skin. I looked away. Chloe, I said slowly, each word heavy, it's too late. Whatever love I had for you is gone. It's not coming back. We can rebuild it, she begged. If I show you how much I love you, you'll remember. I shook my head. I waited for you 8 years. Gave you chance after chance. You never trusted me. You never believed me. You even wished I was dead so you could be with someone else. Ethan, I cut her off. You say you loved me, but after your accident, you couldn't remember my touch. You let another man convince you he was me. You call that love. I can explain, she cried. After I took the medicine, I remembered something. When I was in a coma after the fire, I dreamed I was standing on a cliff. An old man told me if I wanted to live, the price was all my memories of you. I couldn't leave you alone in the world, so I agreed. I laughed, cold and bitter. The crap you'll make up to get me back is pathetic. I turned away. Chloe, you can't fix everything. The sun will never rise in the west, and I will never forgive you. You weren't a good wife. You weren't a good mother. The only thing you can do now is be a good daughter. Stop drinking and stop stressing your father into an early grave. I'm telling the truth, she cried, blocking my way. I swear I had that dream. I don't believe a word you say. I replied, walking past her to Ava. Let's go. Don't you dare leave. Chloe screamed, standing in front of Ava's car with her arms spread wide. Ethan, if you're leaving with her, you'll have to run me over first. I slammed the car door and stepped out, totally fed up. Can you seriously grow up already? Quit shoving me. I don't love you anymore. This whole thing is useless. It's not useless, she said desperately. If you'd just give me one shot, we could be happy again. She reached out with the silver locket. I got it back from Liam. Please, take it. Come home with me. The lilies I planted for you are blooming now. You can see them from our bedroom window. They're gorgeous. He needs to get home to his son, Ava said, stepping in front of me and pushing the locket back into Chloe's hand. He doesn't have time for this. Chloe, you need to face facts. He loves me now, not you. Please, Chloe, I said, my voice cracking. Leo's waiting for me. If I'm late, he'll cry all night. Pain flashed across her face. She moved aside, but her fingers still gripped my sleeve. Ethan, she murmured. The dream was real. I wasn't lying. I don't believe you, I said, not even looking at her, and got into the car. She watched us drive off, then dropped to her knees, crying her heart out. For 8 years, she had never trusted Ethan for even a second. Now she was getting a taste of her own medicine, being doubted by the person you love. The pain was brutal, like being ripped apart from the inside. She forced herself up, jaw tight, eyes fierce. There had to be a way to win him back. She wasn't quitting. No way. The next day, I went with Ava to meet her parents. While we were there, Chloe blew up my phone with hundreds of IME messages, begging me not to do anything crazy, even promising me shares in Anderson Corp if I'd come back to her. I blocked her number and switched to a new SIM. Meeting Ava's parents actually went great. They didn't care that I was a divorced single dad. They were kind, chill, and welcoming. After dinner, Ava and I hit a jewelry store to check out engagement rings. Then I heard someone call my name. I turned around. It was Chloe. Her shirt was torn, and thorny branches were wrapped around her arms in some messed up act of self-punishment. She dropped to her knees right there in the packed store. Ethan, I'm sorry, she begged, her face pale and exhausted. I was wrong for those 8 years. I shattered your heart. Please, let me fix it. Don't get engaged to her. I'm begging you. The whole store went dead silent, then exploded into whispers. That's Chloe Anderson, the CEO of Anderson Corp, apologizing like that in public. She must be madly in love with him. He should give her another chance. They've got so much history. She already wrecked Liam Carter's life and took his son away. Hasn't she punished him enough? What more does Ethan want? It's not every day someone like her admits she messed up. He shouldn't push her too far. He should forgive her for the kid's sake. A boy needs his mother. Seeing me stay quiet, hope flickered across Chloe's face. Ethan, she said softly, I've transferred the deed to the Goldwyn International Tower to Leo. It's a gift. Please accept it for him. Another wave of gasps swept the store. The Goldwyn Tower? That place is worth hundreds of millions. Now that's a real apology. Her 2-year-old son is already a multi-millionaire. I'm so jealous. If I were him, I'd take her back in a heartbeat. Who wouldn't want to be the spoiled husband of a billionaire CEO? Why keep running some tiny bakery? I didn't take the papers she offered. Nothing you do is going to change my mind, I said coldly. I'm marrying Ava. Let's end it here. Stop wasting your time. Then I turned to Ava with a big smile. I know you like that sapphire ring. The number 9, I said loud enough for everyone to hear. Let's try it on. I slipped the ring onto her finger, kissed her forehead, and pulled her into a soft hug. Get your hands off him. Chloe screamed, her face twisted with rage. She rushed at us, but was instantly blocked and restrained by a wall of security guards. She stared at me, helpless, then collapsed to her knees, sobbing. Through her tears, everything blurred and shifted. Suddenly, she was the one kissing Liam, and Ethan was the one standing by the elevator, wiping away tears that just wouldn't stop. For the first time, she truly understood his pain, to be forced to watch the love of your life with someone else and be totally powerless. The regret hit so hard she wished she could go back in time and end her younger self. Chloe looked at the photo of a smiling Leo on her phone's lock screen. I won't give up on you, Ethan, she whispered. I'll find a way to win you back. Soon. It was my birthday. I woke up to non-stop calls from Liam, which I blocked. Then he showed up at my place with a ridiculous pile of gifts, begging to see me. I sent him packing. That night, Ava threw me a birthday party at a private club. Liam was waiting at the entrance. Ethan, he said urgently. That dream Chloe told you about, I think it's real. I was there after her surgery, when she was still in a coma. She kept talking in her sleep, saying your name over and over. She's throwing a party for you tonight too. Please, just go. Give her a chance. No, I said flatly. I don't believe in dumb fairy tales, and I'm never getting back together with her. He blocked my path, begging, saying his son had a dangerous fever that wouldn't break. That's your problem, not mine, I said cold as ice. You should have thought about the fallout before you decided to steal my life. I regret it, he cried. I can't have any more kids. Noah is all I have. He has a heart condition. The stress is killing him. Ava gave a signal, and 2 security guards dragged Liam away. Ethan, he shouted. If anything happens to my son, I swear I'll come for yours. Just wait. A chill ran down my spine. Ava squeezed my hand. He's nobody now, Ethan. He's powerless. Don't stress. I shoved the unease aside. All through the party, my phone buzzed with calls from Chloe, which I ignored. Ethan, Ava said, coming up to me. Chloe's been waiting downstairs for hours. Do you want to see her? I heard she stayed up all week working on a birthday present for you. I don't want her gift, I said calmly. Let's cut the cake. After the party, as we were leaving, I saw Chloe still waiting by our car. Beside her was a large, weird-looking machine. I frowned. Will you ever quit? I said. I told you, I don't want your gift. This one's different, Ethan, she said. It's about your mother. You'll like it. She handed me a pair of high-tech looking glasses. Just try them on. Please. Ava agreed I should give it a shot. Reluctantly, I put them on. I sucked in a breath. Standing right in front of me was my mother, exactly how I remembered her. Beautiful, gentle, wearing her favorite lily print dress. She opened her arms wide. Ethan, she said, get over here. Let me hug you. I stepped up and laid my head on her shoulder. I felt her warmth, caught that soft lily scent that always stuck to her clothes. I breathed it in, totally lost in it, until her body started glitching, flickering, then vanished like smoke. It's a fully immersive holographic experience I built using AI, Chloe said gently. You like it? If her voice or her mannerisms feel a little off, I can tweak the code. I pulled the glasses off like I was waking up from a wild dream and wiped my eyes. It's incredible. Seriously, how much did this cost? I'll pay you for it. Pain flashed across her face. I'm not here to do business with you, Ethan. This is a gift. We've known each other our whole lives. Why are you acting so cold? Why are you trying to hurt me? I looked straight at her, my face blank. I have no personal relationship with Ms. Anderson. We can talk business only. Is $5 million enough? If yes, we can sign right now, and I'll take the equipment. Chloe started shaking with anger. Then she grabbed her chest and dropped. As she passed out, her hand shot out and clamped onto my sleeve, iron tight. Ethan, she whispered, tears leaking from the corners of her eyes. I'll wait for you. I'll wait till we're old and gray. I'll wait forever. Her grip was so strong that even with several people helping, we couldn't pry her fingers loose. She was clutching the shirt my mother had made for me, and I couldn't stand the thought of it ripping. So yeah, I had no choice but to follow them into the ER. While the doctors worked on Chloe, the nurses started in on me. Mr. Grant, she collapsed from exhaustion making that gift for you. This is the second time she's been in the ER this week. Her body can't handle much more. Her father's always been good to you. How can you torture his daughter like this? You should be grateful. She's doing everything she can to win you back. Why are you being so cruel? You used to love her, and you have a child together. Think how pitiful he'll be without a mother. My son has a mother. I cut in, my voice sharp. This is my life. I don't need your advice. A while later, Chloe's eyes fluttered open. She leaned her head against my arm, weak and shaky. Ethan, don't leave. Just stay 5 minutes. Please. For the last 2 years I haven't slept. I keep hearing you in the house, watering plants, cooking in the kitchen, but when I go looking, you're never there. Back then, hearing that would have wrecked me. Now, nothing. When you love someone, their tears hurt you. When you don't, their tears are just baggage you want to ditch. I gently pulled my hand away. I need to get home to Leo, I said flatly. He needs you, and I need you, she whispered, staring down like a scolded puppy. Ethan, I can't live without you. Please come back. Chloe, if you don't stop, I'm going to lose my temper, I warned. Leo was born premature. He's fragile. He needs me. Then, will you see me tomorrow? Just 1 minute, she begged, pulling an old coin from her wallet. You gave me this, remember? You said it was good for 3 wishes. I've only used 1. I still have 2. The past is the past, I said, and walked out without looking back. Outside the ER, Ava was holding Leo, who was crying his little heart out. The second he saw me, he reached for me, arms stretched, desperate. I took him, patting his back. Chill. It's okay, buddy. Daddy's here. He babbled through tears, complaining like his whole world had ended. My heart cracked. I kissed his chubby cheeks. You're such a daddy's boy, I murmured. What are we going to do with you? He gets that from you, Ava said with a smile. Come on, let's go home. Wait. A voice called from behind. I turned. Chloe was rolling toward us in a wheelchair, fur still hanging from her arm, dripping onto the floor. She struggled to lift a yellow toy car. Leo, she said, forcing a smile. I'm your mommy. I designed this car for you. It's a gift. My son stopped crying instantly. He stared at the toy, eyes huge, totally mesmerized. Come on, let mommy hold you, Chloe begged, her tired eyes lighting up as she opened her arms, her voice breaking. Mommy's been such an idiot. You're 2 and I've never held you. I'll take you to preschool. I'll teach you soccer. I'll raise you to be a worthy heir to the Anderson family. What right do you have to touch my son? I snapped, stepping in front of Leo, bitterness pouring out. When he was a newborn with a burning fever in a storm, I begged you for a ride to the hospital. Did you help? When he needed ER money, you canceled all my cards. When I called you, did you answer? She went silent, staring at the floor. I'm sorry, she whispered. Sorry doesn't fix everything. I cut in, my voice raw. I'll never forget this. Because of your cold-blooded cruelty, my son almost had permanent brain damage. You don't get to ask me back. And you sure as hell don't get to show up now and play mom. I turned and walked away, ignoring her cries. She grabbed the arms of her wheelchair, big tears splashing onto the yellow toy car in her lap. Days later, she saw it again in her mind. Leo wrapped in blue in the elevator, his tiny hand grabbing her sleeve, a drop of milk spilling onto her skin. His big dark eyes stared up at her, curious and innocent. Her own child, fresh from surviving a deadly fever. And what did she do? Like a monster. She shook him off violently and spat. What do you want? You're disgusting. Leo didn't understand the words, but he felt the rejection. His little face crumpled as he buried himself in my chest, sobbing. And she walked away with Liam's son, no words, no second glance. She destroyed her son's very first attempt to connect with her. Her cruelty cut their bond before it even had a chance. A child's laughter snapped Chloe back to reality. She looked over and saw Ava zooming the yellow toy car through the air for Leo. He laughed and threw himself into Ava's arms, planting a sloppy kiss on her cheek. Ava beamed, holding him tight and gently tossing him up. You like that, Leo? He squealed, face glowing. Fly again. Fly. Okay, mommy will help you fly, Ava laughed. Be careful, I said, walking over with his sippy cup. Don't drop him. Here, buddy. Strawberry juice. Daddy, I'm flying. Leo yelled, flapping his arms. Yes, you are. You're an awesome flyer, I said, giving him a thumbs up. Watching us, Chloe felt a pain so sharp it felt like getting hit. She slammed her fists against her head, sobbing uncontrollably. If only she could go back, she'd learn how to be a mother. She'd treasure him. But it was already too late. I didn't even really see her anymore. All I saw was Ava, her hand shaking. Chloe pulled the lily-carved wedding ring from her pocket, her eyes blazing with this desperate, almost unhinged look. Leo was her son. Same blood, same flesh. If she just tried hard enough, she was sure he'd come around and accept her. And once she had her son back, she believed she'd have a shot at winning me back too. She wasn't giving up. Not a chance. In her mind, she was bringing us both home, fixing everything, making the family whole again just in time for the holidays. The day before my engagement party, I took Leo to get fitted for a tux. The tailor was amazing, really knew his stuff, and found Leo a tiny white suit with gold trim that matched the gold bow tie on my own suit perfectly. I was honestly over the moon seeing how sharp my kid looked. As I stepped up to pay, the door opened, and there was Chloe. She was coughing hard, like it hurt. In her hands, she held a small, exquisitely made suit. Leo, she said, her voice rough. Grandpa made this for you. Leo instantly ducked behind my legs, peeking out at her with tired, wary eyes. Chloe's smile cracked. She softened her tone, trying real hard. I'm not a bad person, Leo. I'm your mommy. We met at the hospital, remember? She pulled out a remote, and the yellow toy car she'd brought zipped out from behind her, transforming, spinning, doing tricks. What do you think, sweetie? Mommy designed it just for you. Isn't it cool? Leo peeked out again, his eyes wide, clearly wanting it. Then he waddled over to Ava, grabbed her wallet from her purse, and held it out to Chloe. Money, he said in his tiny voice. Buy car. Oh, you silly little boy. It's a gift. It's free, Chloe said, sadness written all over her face. She reached out to pat his head, but Leo flinched and scrambled back. That tiny movement hit her like a knife straight to the heart. She swallowed hard, fighting tears. Don't be afraid, sweetie, she whispered. I would never hurt you. After you showed up at the hospital, Leo cried himself to sleep. I said, pulling my son behind me. He's sensitive and you scare him. Can you please just leave us alone? I'm exhausted, Chloe. Ethan was finally starting to recover, Ava added grimly. But since you came back, he barely sleeps. I'm here to take care of him and his son. They don't need anything from you. Please stop. This has everything to do with me. Chloe snapped, locking eyes with Ava. That divorce signature was forged. Legally, Ethan is still my husband. Ethan Grant's legal identity was erased. Ava shot back coldly. As far as the law is concerned, that man doesn't exist anymore, and neither does your marriage. Now stop making a scene and leave. I grabbed Ava's arm. Ava, you can't reason with someone this unhinged. Let's go. As I pushed the door open, the massive crystal chandelier above us suddenly came crashing down, straight toward Leo. I screamed and threw myself over him, covering him with my body. At the same second, I felt another body slam over mine and heard a muffled grunt. The chandelier shattered everywhere. I looked up, stunned. It was Chloe. Blood poured down her forehead as she swayed. I'm fine, she rasped. Check on Leo. I looked down at my son, and my blood ran ice cold. I brushed a shard of glass away from the corner of his right eye. Leo, are you okay? Can you see? He screamed, and mixed into his cries was manic laughter. Ethan Grant, someone shrieked. Why should my Noah be gone while your son lives? That's not fair. I'll make your son blind so you suffer forever. Call an ambulance. I yelled, clutching my screaming child. Back at the hospital, my chest felt like it was filled with lead. After emergency treatment, the bleeding in Leo's right eye wouldn't stop. They admitted him for observation. I just started to breathe again when the doctor called me in. Mr. Cole, he said seriously, your son's right cornea is badly damaged. We need to do a transplant within 72 hours. If not, the damage will spread and we'll have to remove the eye. What? The world spun. I stormed into the room where Chloe was being treated and slammed my fist into the wall. Chloe, why did you have to push him? Why did you have to take Liam's son? My kid is 2 years old. If he goes blind, what kind of life is that? What am I supposed to do? Ethan, Liam's son's death was an accident, Chloe said quietly, gripping my shoulders. Don't panic. I'll find a cornea for Leo. His eye will be fine. And Liam won't hurt you again. How can I not panic? I sobbed, breaking down. Leo's cornea is rare. Where are we supposed to find a match in time? You're a monster. When are you going to stop wrecking our lives? Ava walked in, all business. I've already alerted every medical database here and overseas. We're searching. Well, here's something. Seeing her made me cry harder. Ava, I hate her. I hate her for what she did to our son. Ethan, stop. Ava said softly, then glared at Chloe. Anderson, leave. If you have any decency left, get out. Chloe looked at me, broken, and the pain nearly crushed her. She'd wanted to love her son, and all she'd done was hurt him. I had to be saved. She backed out and shut the door. She'd made up her mind. That evening, the doctor returned. A donor had been found. Surgery was scheduled for morning. I was shocked and relieved. When I asked about the donor, he said hospital policy required anonymity. I rushed to tell Ava. She went quiet. Ethan, the donor is Chloe. She's a perfect match. But if a living donor gives a cornea, they go blind in that eye. What? My smile died instantly. I'm not insane, Chloe said from the hallway. I know exactly what I'm doing. I failed our son from the day he was born. Let me do this. I stared at her. Even if you do this, I'm still marrying Ava. I'm never coming back to you. Are you sure? I am, she said firmly. I'd do anything for him. He's my son, I said coldly. And he will never call you his mother. Her face twisted in pain. You're cruel, she whispered. Leo's mother is Ava, I said. If you disagree, take me to court. She stormed off. Daddy, hold, Leo murmured, reaching for me. I hugged him tight. Don't worry, buddy. We'll fix this. And we did. 56 hours later, another donor was found. Surgery was a success. Chloe tried to come back, but Ava's security shut that down. Toys kept arriving from Chloe. I sent everyone back. On New Year's Eve, Leo came home. That night, Ava and I had our engagement party. As we drove, I fixed my tux and looked outside. Every streetlight was decorated with blooming lilies, their scent everywhere. Daddy, flowers, Leo said excitedly. Those are your daddy's favorite, Ava smiled. Mommy flew them in from France. I looked at her, grinning. You know, in some cultures, lilies mean a long, happy marriage and lots of kids. She blushed. Don't make stuff up. They stood for a long, happy stretch of marriage. Nothing about a bunch of kids or anything like that. I took her hand and gently set it on her stomach. Seeds are already planted, I murmured, grinning like an idiot. She smacked my hand away, her face all red and annoyed. The child is right here. Can you chill? She snapped. One more comment like that, and I'm putting you on mute. All right, I'm done, I laughed. Ava threaded her fingers through mine. In 2 hours, you'll officially be my fiancé, she said softly. This feels unreal. I leaned in and kissed her cheek. How about now? Feel real yet? Before she could answer, her eyes went wide with pure panic. She jerked the steering wheel hard. That SUV, it's in our lane. It's coming straight at us. I looked up and my blood went ice cold. The man behind the wheel was Liam Carter. I thought Chloe had him locked up. So how the hell was he here? Before I could even process it, he floored the gas, his eyes blazing with raw hatred. Ethan Grant, he screamed through the windshield. You don't get a happy ending. You and your perfect little family are dying with my son. The world blew apart in a deafening crash. I was thrown forward, but a slim body shielded me from the impact. Outside, car horns screamed and people shouted. Oh my God, look at that Maybach, someone yelled. The front's totally crushed. The driver's bleeding everywhere. And the guy in the SUV, he's torn in half. This is brutal. My heart stopped. I scrambled out of the car. It wasn't our car that took the hit. It was Chloe's. She'd swerved in front of us at the last second. Her car was destroyed, wrapped around Liam's SUV. My mind went blank. I ran to her, trying to pull her from the driver's seat. Chloe, don't die. Stay with me. Please, hold on. She looked at me, eyes unfocused. Leo's eye, is it okay? She whispered. Are you okay? We're fine. Everyone's fine, I shouted. Don't close your eyes. We're getting you to a hospital. Chloe was rushed into surgery. It didn't take long for the doctor to come out, his face heavy. Her injuries are too severe. We did everything possible. Who is Ethan Grant? She's asking for you. I am, I said, my voice numb. I followed him in. Chloe lay there, hooked up to a dozen machines, but she was already gone. The blood had been cleaned from her face. In her hand, she clutched an old coin. My voice came out thick with a grief I didn't even understand. Chloe, I'm here. What is it? She struggled to open her eyes and held out the lily-carved ring. You promised me, she whispered. 3 wishes. I used 1. Do I still have 2 left? What do you want, Chloe? Ethan, wear this ring, she begged, eyes pleading. Just for a minute. Please. Just this once. I said nothing. Deep disappointment crossed her face as the ring slipped from her fingers. Then she whispered, Can you call me by my old nickname? Just once, please. I looked down at her, my throat tight. Thank you, I managed. For saving us. But, I'm sorry. Her arm dropped. The monitor flatlined. Her eyes stayed open. I gently closed them. Chloe, I whispered, my voice cracking. I hope we never meet again. And wherever you go, don't forget the ones you loved. Our engagement party was postponed. All of Miami's high society showed up at Chloe's funeral. I didn't go. Ava went for me. She came back with a large box from Mr. Anderson and a thick envelope from Chloe's lawyer. Chloe had left all her shares in Anderson Corp to me and Leo. I opened the box. Inside were the transforming toy car and the holographic AI machine. I ran my hand over them, and I saw her again, standing outside the club on my birthday, smiling with desperate hope. Ethan, it's your birthday present. Do you like it, sweetie? Isn't this car Mommy designed for you cool? The image shifted to her on her deathbed, eyes pleading. Ethan, can you call me by my old nickname? My throat tightened. I closed the box. Please get a good cardiologist to check on her father, I told Ava. And send Leo to visit him for a while. I will, Ava said. Chloe's last wish was to be buried next to your mother. Is that okay? Yes, I said, watching the New Year's Eve fireworks. That's fine. My mom always liked her. The seasons changed. A year passed. On New Year's Eve, Ava and I got married. Just before the ceremony, I saw Leo drawing on a piece of paper. What are you drawing, buddy? I asked. A dream I had, he said, holding it up. See? A big cliff. And the person at the back is talking to an old man. My breath caught. I took the drawing. It was exactly the scene Chloe had described. The woman making a deal, thrown back across the chasm, light glowing around her head. It wasn't a lie. It was real. Daddy, why are you crying? Leo asked. I wiped my eyes fast and folded the paper. It's nothing, champ. Time to go. The music started. I watched Ava walk down the aisle, stunning in white. As I lifted the ring, a large black butterfly fluttered into the room. It danced through the air, landed briefly on Leo's cheek, then settled on my left ring finger, right where Ava was about to place the band. I stared, and a memory hit me hard. Freshman year, last day of school. Chloe and I on the roof, watching the sunset. I handed her an old coin. My mom gave me this, I'd said. She said it grants 3 wishes. What do you wish for? She blew on it and grinned. My first wish is that my Ethan gets into his dream college, stays handsome forever, and is always safe. Hey, be serious. I joked, punching her arm. She stopped smiling. I wish my Ethan gets into his dream college. And the second wish? She tucked the coin into her wallet. I'm saving it. The memory faded, replaced by her on her deathbed, clutching that coin, eyes full of one last hope. Ethan, can you call me by my old nickname? Just once. I looked at the butterfly. Chloe, I whispered so quietly only I could hear. I'm going to be happy. You can rest now. The butterfly lifted its wings and flew off into the bright sky. I slid the ring onto Ava's finger. To my wife, I said, smiling. I'm so happy I finally married you, she whispered, wrapping her arms around me. Should we give Leo a little sister? I laughed. Yeah,